Now, before we start coding, let's discuss about the environment that we're going to use to code with Python. To facilitate the setup and to avoid problems with installations, we are going to use a cloud environment called Google Colab that everybody can use for free. This is provided by Google for free for everybody, as long as you have a Gmail or Google account. So how do we access Google Colab? Well, you type Google Colab research in your whatever search engine that you want to use. I'm using Google. So you click on Google Colab. And if this is the first time that you are using Google Colab, I mean, when you click here, you're going to have a login screen in which you have to input your Gmail or Google credentials. But once you log in the first time, it's already done. And then you will look at this window where you can create a new notebook. Okay. So it's going to open a new notebook for you. And there you have it. You have a new notebook. And these notebooks are based on cells. This is a cell. And we can start typing Python code here. Okay. All right. One of the biggest advantages of Python is the possibility of using Python packages or libraries. So this is code that somebody else, other people, have already coded, and they have shared it to everybody in the internet for free. So we can just import this code into our session and start using it. And that's one of the advantages, one of the many big advantages of Python, that we don't have to reinvent the wheel. In the previous video, I mentioned many times that we are going to use one really important package called Pandas. Now, one of the advantages of using Google Colab is that Pandas is so popular as a library that it comes by default pre-installed in all of these Google machines. Now, when I say pre-installed, what do I mean? Normally, if you want to use it in your local machine, you will have to go and install it in your machine. From where you're going to install it? Well, from this website called Py, which is the Python repository for code. Well, you are going to have to actually download all of the code related to Pandas, have it in our computer, and then use it in our session. But in this Google Colab machines, it's already pre-installed. So for us, it's just importing it. And how we're going to import it? Well, we're just going to type import and the name of the library that we want to import, which in our case is just Pandas. And we're going to assign it a nickname. So we normally import Pandas as PD. So that way, every single time that we say PD, actually our Google Colab interface, our Python interface is going to understand that we are referring to Pandas. Now, if we want to run this code, we just need to click here on this play button. And when we click here, this is the first time that we are running a cell in this machine. So the first time it's going to connect to Google Colab. We're going to be assigned a machine. Now we already have the machine. We can see here that we have 12 gigabytes of RAM memory and 100 gigabytes of disk space. And here we have this little checkmark telling us that this cell of code successfully run and that it took 1 second. Okay, so now we have Pandas and we are ready to start coding and solving Lucian's problem.